Welcome to Personnel Matters, the official podcast of the Air Force Personnel Center. Hosted by Major General Jefferson O'Donnell.
Welcome to Personnel Matters. I am Major General Jeff O'Donnell, Commander of AFPC and your podcast host. Personnel Matters is a podcast by Airmen, for airmen, guardians, families, and retirees intended to inform and update you on the programs and processes at AFPC that guide your career. AFPC executes over 400 programs every day, covering the entire life cycle of military and civilian personnel for the Air Force and Space Force. And one of those vital programs is assignments. Before we talk about assignments, I want to speak about our AFPC superstar. One of the many outstanding airmen who coordinates enlisted assignments is Staff Sergeant Desiree Zamora-Ray. Staff Sergeant Zamora-Ray flawlessly validated 565 Equal Plus advertisements across 18 Department of Defense agencies for last year's Summer Joint Enlisted Assignment Cycle. She also led the assessment of more than 2,000 volunteers, identifying key candidates for critically manned positions, strengthening Joint Force mission readiness. She provided policy updates and guidance to 88 joint personnel offices, coordinated 12 time-on-station waiver requests, trained 90 assignment action officers, and requested 56 non-volunteers. So what does this mean? First of all, you won't have heard any magic 8 balls or darts in the process. Airmen like Desiree are diligently serving to find solutions for thousands of positions because we understand personnel is personal. Behind every action are human beings, service members, and family members. Now, here to speak with us more about enlisted assignments is our senior enlisted leader for the Directorate of Personnel Programs, Chief Matthew Dickens. Welcome, Chief.
Sir, we have 96 career field functional assignment teams here providing over 65,000 assignments for airmen and guardians, supporting DAF needs around the globe every year. Although some believe that assignments are provided at random, our functional assignment teams place an extraordinary amount of planning and effort into the process. Using a combination of tools from assignment preferences, fairness and equity, time on station, and PCS eligibility, airmen have an opportunity to volunteer and be considered for up to 4 overseas and 4 CONUS cycles per calendar year. Additionally, airmen and guardians can use Talentmarketplace to find unique special duty or developmental opportunities in and out of their specific career fields, enhancing their opportunity to fill institutional positions, focus on the DAF's needs to distribute skills to the right place at the right time. We also have policies and processes in place to review and consider exceptions to policy as we balance the Airmen and Guardians' needs against our obligations to fulfill institutional requirements. Thank you for this opportunity to further define some of our assignment opportunities.
Thanks, Chief Dickens. So remember, if you're enlisted and ready for a new assignment, talk to your supervisor and ensure your assignment preferences are updated on Talentmarketplace. You can review knowledge articles and program updates on the MyFSS Dashboard Assignments homepage. Now it's time for the Total Force Service Center question of the day. The TFSC operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Personnel experts are available to support you and provide answers to your questions. We recently received this question about assignments.
All right, sir, we've got a great question here for you from a couple airmen as they're working their next assignment. They're asking about a situation where an airman at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base wants to stay there, but he just received orders to Travis Air Force Base. He has communicated with an airman at Eglin Air Force Base who has orders to Wright-Pat, but would prefer to go to Travis. What should they do?
That's a great question. In calendar year 2024, the call center has helped more than 15,000 airmen and guardians with questions about assignments. So this falls under the Air Force Enlisted Swap assignment program. This program provides airmen with more flexibilities in the assignment process. This applies only to airmen as the Space Force continues to explore flexible and tailored assignments options for guardians. It allows all enlisted airmen up to the rank of Senior Master Sergeant who have received an assignment the opportunity to exchange their assignment with another airman, if they meet all of the requirements to do so. A swap must be initiated within 90 days of your assignment selection date. Additionally, neither can have any adverse quality force indicators and must possess the same permanent change of station eligibility, such as time on station, tour length, and retainability. There are other requirements listed in the Personnel Services Delivery Guide that you can find on the MyFSS portal. Log in to the MyFSS portal, scroll down the page and click on the Active Duty Assignments title. Once you're on that page, scroll down a bit, and you'll see the blue Enlisted Assignments banner. Click on the Assignment Swap program link, and then the PSDG, which details every step required to do a swap assignments, will appear. The Air Force Enlisted Swap Assignment Program was initiated to provide airmen with more control and flexibilities in their assignment process. Remember, only use the myvector discussion forum to arrange assignment swaps. Do not use social media or other open online spaces to post assignment information, personal contact, and other sensitive confidential information to maintain operational security. Thank you. Now, we want to introduce another chief who is with us today, not just any chief. He is your Air Force's Personnel Center Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Edwin Ludwigson. With over 30 years of service, Chief Ludd started as a POL airman and has served as a superintendent, functional manager, and in multiple command chief jobs. Welcome, Chief Ludd.
General O'Donnell, thanks for having me today and an opportunity to talk a little perspective on assignments. Every time I've got an assignment throughout my career, after you get over the excitement of where am I going, what's out there, what's the mission of the new organization, the first thing that comes to mind is, when can I get my orders so that I can start doing the things I need to do to get me and my family set up to go? So the first thing I just want to tell folks is make sure the speed at which you take care of your actions, you need to get that initial assignment briefing done ASAP as soon as you get notified, and then get over to medical if you got security clearance requirements, things like that. Get all those things done because your clearance is a little bit different than your family member's clearance. So you'll go through a process, and then there's also a process for clearing your family members. If you have EFMP members as well, that's a process that we have to go through. And then make sure that that's why that family member travel screening is so important, because what you don't understand is there's a lot of other steps in that process that cannot get started until you get that screener completed. So make sure you do your part, and then the rest of the team can get behind you and you get those orders quick. The last thing that I'll kind of leave just as a little nugget for folks to think about is please, whatever you do, I know you're going to be excited. I know you're going to want to get things started, but don't make any financial commitments until you have your orders.
Thanks, Chief. That's really good advice and very important for us as we see things here at the Air Force's Personnel Center to help airmen and guardians and family members be able to get those orders as quickly as possible so that they can do all those actions to prepare for that next assignment and be able to then focus on the mission. One of those things that we can do, all of us, airmen, guardians, and family members, civilian and military, is professional development. In between when we're getting and preparing for those assignments is thinking about what can we do under that umbrella of professional development. It's never too early to take the initiative. Look for opportunities. Talk to your supervisor. Talk to your advisor. Talk to your mentor. Seek a mentor if you don't have one. The Air Force and Space Force are committed to developing airmen right from the start and for however long you serve. But there's a lot of things you can do yourself. During my career as a fighter pilot, I learned from the very beginning, you can't stop learning because the world doesn't stop changing and neither do our adversaries. And the more responsibilities you gain, the more prepared you need to be professionally and personally. Service is a team sport. Supervisors, advisors, mentors, look out for your airmen as well and your guardians and help them continue to develop. Our family members need that development also. All right, I'm going to shift a little bit right now as we get ready to close out our episode today, but I want to highlight something that's available. Again, we offer professional development to many people, but we also offer other services. And if you're a government civilian currently serving or someone considering federal civilian service, your professional development and readiness are vital. The Employee Assistance Program, or EAP, offers professional services tied to job performance, health, family life, and more. And if you want more information, you can contact your Military and Family Readiness Center, and they can help you identify what's available and then how to contact and get those capabilities. I want to also wish a belated happy birthday to AFPC. On April 1st, 1963, the Air Force Military Personnel Center opened its doors on then Randolph Air Force Base. And of course, over time, then we've become the Air Force's Personnel Center, doing all things for both military and civilian. So a belated happy birthday to the team. Thanks for listening today. In the next episode, we're going to be discussing officer assignments, which are a little bit different than enlisted assignments. We'll have an expert here to be able to talk to you about those differences and what you can do to help yourself as an officer plan for those assignments. That's all for now from your Air Force's Personnel Center, where our mission is people first.
We hope you found this episode informative and helpful in taking charge of your career. Be sure to subscribe on Divots and visit our AFPC website for more resources. Have a question or topic suggestion? Reach out to us. Links to the sites and services presented in this episode of Personnel Matters, along with our website and email address, are on the podcast page. Personnel Matters is a production of the Air Force's Personnel Center Office of Public Affairs. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.